All right, my name's Cabel. I'm pumped to be on Homeward Sounds. We're going to have a blast here today. I got a bunch of songs. Really pumped to be working with a great group of guys here. And, we've been at it for a long time. Come a long way, fellas. And excited to be a part of it, excited to be here. So I'm going to play a whole bunch of songs. The first one I'm going to play is called Newtown. And, I wrote this song after a little bit of inspiration from OAR. And this is actually my favorite song to play. I figured I'd start with this since this jam, it's a good one. It's a good one. All right, so this one is called Newtown. You caught my eye with a little bit of make-believe, dreams that I had when I was younger. It's almost time to hold my head out high and close my eyes and hope for a better one. Breathe in, breathe out. Everything gonna be fine, I promise it'll be alright. So breathe in, breathe out. So put it all on the line. Dive head first till you find what you're looking for. And I saw my lights on in my new town, and I started thinking to myself, how did we get this far? And I can be your superstar. Saw the lights on in my new town. I heard the voice inside my head telling me I can be your hero. I can change into a better man. I saw the lights on in my new town, and I started thinking to myself, how did we get this far? 21 guns and a broken heart. I saw the lights on in my new town, and I heard the voice inside my head telling me I can be your hero. I can change into a better man. I saw the signs like roses in the graveyard. Secondhand thoughts from a life worth living. Let's redefine. This life on the edge, yes, bringing me down. And when I hit the ground, search for a better one. Breathe in, breathe out. Everything gonna be fine, I promise it'll be alright. So breathe in, breathe out. Won't you put it all on the line? Dive head first till you find what you're looking for. And I saw the lights on in my new town, and I started thinking to myself, how did we get this far? I can be your superstar. Saw the lights on in my new town, and I heard a voice inside my head telling me I can be your hero. I can change into a better man. I saw the lights on in my new town, and I started thinking to myself, how did we get this far? 21 guns and a broken heart. I saw the lights on in my new town, and I heard a voice inside my head telling me I can be your hero. I can change into a better man. Saw the lights on in my new town, and I started thinking to myself, how do we get this far? I can be your superstar. Saw the lights on in my new town, and I heard a voice inside my head telling me I can be your hero. I can change into a better man. I saw the lights on in my new town, and I started thinking to myself, how do we get this far? 21 guns and a broken heart. I saw the lights on in my new town, and I heard a voice inside my head telling me I can be your hero. I can change into a better man. I saw the lights on. I saw the lights on. Saw the lights on Newtown. Saw the lights on, and I couldn't be your superstar. All right. Yeah, that's a fun one. We still rolling? Continuing to roll through. Woo! All right, so it is a cold, sort of rainy day here in Astoria, but we still out here. We're having a good time. That was Newtown. It's one of my favorites. It's probably one of the best I've ever played it, so that's fun. This next one, we're going to bring it all the way back to one of my earliest songs. This is going all the way back to about 2014, 2015 even, I would say. This is called Waiting. We're going to slow it down a little bit. This one is for your ears. Finger picking in the cold. Waiting on the corner of yesterday, sailing too far away, and I know that it tears you up inside. Know that I try and I cry for you. Waiting for the sun to come out, erasing all this doubt. It pains me to see beneath those broken eyes lies nothing but hope to inspire our demise. I didn't think it would come to this, but it certainly did. Thought I told you otherwise. A deep collection of broken ties to sparkle someone else's eyes. But the stars reflect another tale, one that's hanging by a nail. The one you posted up for sale. Yeah, you knew it would come to this. It came crumbling down. Keep shooting whiskey in the middle of the day, free falling, looking for another way to say sorry for the way I played. And I wish you wouldn't run away from all the places that I couldn't stay, just because you felt some kind of way. I gotta get out of this place. I said I'm leaving today, and all of this pain I gained just won't go away. You said you needed some space. All I need's a little faith. Oh, give me one good reason I should stay. I gotta get out of this place. Gotta get out of this place. I said I'm leaving today, and all of this pain I gained just won't go away. You said you needed some space.
All I need's a little faith. Oh, give me one good reason I should stay. I gotta get out of this place. All right. Woo. Keep these fingers warm. We'll keep this going, man. We'll keep this going. So next up, so that was going all the way back in the day, back to the origin of Cabel and the Strings. Next up, we're going a little bit further in the future. We're going to a song called Stop the World. This is actually one of my favorite songs to play. We're going to throw the capo on one for this, just for taste. Just for taste. All right, this song is called Stop the World. I'll stop the world and run with you. Can't you hear the whisper? They say I'm doubling down in the backseat looking for love. Calling me a dreamer, calling me a runaway. I see you dancing in the spotlight. Don't look down, don't give in to the thought that all that you are is all that you're gonna be. See what you wanna see. I think it's time for me to leave this town. I feel everything's falling down. Everything's falling down. Well, ain't that you at the back of the bar? Yeah, you're looking at me like you're looking at a rock star. I can tell by the look in your eye that you never really meant to meet a lover that night. So hey, 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 don't you run away. Don't you keep on slipping like an old cliche. One of these days, I'ma catch you dreaming of a long-lost love that you didn't believe in. I'll stop the world and run with you. Can't you hear the whisper? They say I'm doubling down in the backseat looking for love. Calling me a dreamer, calling me a runaway. Headed back to the place where I fell in love with you, where you started loving me too. Yeah, and this could be our rendezvous. Yeah, lately I've been feeling like this. At the top of my list, I've been looking for a twist from the one I spotted in the distance. I know I'm gonna miss this. I feel like I've been here before, like I just need a little more. And lately I've been feeling like a stone cold loser, baby. So hey, 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 what can I say? I'm not sure that I can do it this way. Hanging on the hope that you won't back down. It's about damn time that we left this town. I'll stop the world and run with you. Can't you hear the whisper? They say I'm doubling down in the backseat looking for love. Calling me a dreamer, calling me a runaway. Oh, I'll stop the world and run with you. Can't you hear the whisper? They say oh, I'm doubling down in the backseat looking for love. Calling me a dreamer, calling me a runaway. Clean stop. Woo. All right, so I want to give a quick shout out to this is my new guitar here. Wouldn't be sounding the way that it sounds without this guitar. This guitar was a present of my beautiful fiance. So music sounds beautiful, guys. It sounds beautiful. The acoustics out here are insane. All right, the next one on the list, this one is a song called Gold that I wrote in my original album. This song I wrote for a friend of mine. Sometimes, you don't really know exactly how many people you inspire, really, until they tell you. You don't know who sees you as a mentor until they tell you. So this is a song about really just knowing, no matter who you are, that you got a lot of power.
The song is called Gold.
Take a look at the mess we made, getting laid for a stone cold sinner like me. Yeah, who am I supposed to be? Last I checked, you were digging your grave underneath the shades you've been throwing my way. Yeah, Allie, can you laugh like you used to? Don't give up, my brother, just give it one more shot. 'Cause I know who you really are. Get up, can't you hear them call your name? Do something quick before it's too late, 'cause we've come too far. We won't let it tear us apart. Oh no, I'm telling you, I can't do this on my own. Now I'm looking for something that I had before. Oh, 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 oh. Keep rolling the dice, but you ain't that lucky. I know you've been so far, but doubling down seems a little bit risky. All in with a broken heart, you gotta give it a shot. Is you ready or not? World ain't gonna stop for you. Say, didn't you know after all this time that you're someone else's hero? So don't give up, my brother, just give it one more shot. 'Cause I know who you really are. Get up, can't you hear them call your name? Yeah, do something quick before it's too late, 'cause we've come too far. And we won't let it tear us apart. Oh no, I'm telling you, I can't do this on my own. Now I'm pushing for something that I had before. Oh, 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 oh. Something that I had before. Something that I had before. Something that I had. Something that I had before. Hey, I'm on the last train home. I'm on the run again. Hey, I'm on the last train home. I'm on the run again. Hey, I'm on the last train home. I'm on the run again. Hey, I'm on the last train home. I'm on the run again. Hey, I'm on the last train home.
All right, we got one more before my fingers fall off. We got one more song. I saved the best song for the last song. This song is called The Leader. I wrote this in 2019, pre-pandemic. That's how you know it's good.
I'm drawing pictures in my mind on the ceiling in my bedroom. I think I'm running out of time. Oh, I'm drowning in her new perfume. And I remember when you called me and you told me that you hate me. So I moved into the city with the devil on my shoulder. See me walking down the street singing ooh, 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 I can feel it now. Ooh, 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 I can feel it in my heart now. And I've been looking down the line that defines me, reminds me who I used to be. Blank faces of a passerby, oh, just jealous of my legacy. And I remember when we first met. Now I can't get you out of my head. Keep thinking about the things you said back then. I'm singing ooh, 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 I can feel it now. Ooh, 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 I can feel it in my heart now. Ooh, 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 I can feel it now. Ooh, 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 I can feel it in my heart now. I'm just lost in the middle of a song I wrote back when I used to be a better brother, better son, a better lover, better fighter. Now I'm none of the above. Now I'm on my knees begging you to turn it around, 'cause I'm underneath the water. Now I'm down and out. Now at least I'm free. I'm singing ooh, 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 I can feel it now. Ooh, 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 I can feel it in my heart now. Ooh, 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 I can feel it now. Ooh, ooh, I can feel it in my heart now. Hell yeah. Woo, all right. Homeward Sounds.
Welcome to. Fuck, hold on one second. What episode is this? Whatever. Welcome to another episode of
The best
Homeward
episode.
Sounds. The best episode yet, some will say. So today, introduce yourself. What do we got today?
My name is Cabel.
Cabel. Cabel, where can we find you?
So I'm a little bit everywhere, Ryan. I got stuff on. I actually just released something on SoundCloud, dipping into a different style of music recently.
Nice,
So
nice.
so I'm on SoundCloud as Cabel, Cabel, and I also have some of my acoustic stuff on Spotify as Cabel and the Strings.
Sweet,
So
sweet.
yeah.
I appreciate you enduring the elements out there. It was a little bit touch and go for a sec.
Oh, it's a blast.
Hence why we're on the couch now. A little bit of inclement weather, but you know what? We'll keep it rolling.
Fingers are warm. Let's do it.
Yeah, man. So that's awesome. Really, thanks for coming out. The song sounded great earlier. Anything about like the writing process of those songs, or are those released already? Can people hear those?
So not all of those are released, actually.
Okay, cool.
A few of them are. Some of the earlier ones that I was playing are. Some of them are, just singles that I haven't done anything with. But yeah, in the process of writing, I always find it interesting. Everybody has a different sort of way
Sure.
that they write, and when I was younger, I used to think that there was a right or wrong way, and I have since learned that there's many different ways. And so I like to share my process because I think it's interesting, and because what I do is I just find I find a chord progression that I like, play it, and then in my mind I'll hum a melody, and then I'll just work with the syllables and
Right.
words, and I'll put words in, and I don't usually start with an idea, but over the course of writing the song, it kind of develops into an idea.
Right.
I think that's kind of cool.
Right. It's interesting to hear about how different people approach it that way. Some people, live by, oh, the music comes first. Some people have like a melody first or something like that. But it's interesting to hear you say that. So it starts with a chord progression, which I guess can go sort of like happy, sad. You don't really know which way it's going to go yet. So, like as you sort of feel it out and like hum some stuff, that's sort of when things begin to take form.
Yeah, and I like to say that it comes from the subconscious. It
Yeah.
kind of just develops, and I'll see words, and I'll look for a 4-syllable word that rhymes with another word, and I'll pick one that kind of works with where I'm going and where I'm thinking, and in the end, it all kind of comes together.
Yeah.
And I always thought that was cool.
Yeah. So how long you been writing songs?
So I've been writing songs. Really, I guess the first song that I wrote was really probably in like 2012.
Cool.
I've been playing guitar since I was in the 6th grade. Dropped it a couple of times, and
Like any healthy relationship, right?
yeah, and then in high school I picked it back up in high school. I was in a band, Bruce Springsteen cover band, actually.
Nice.
Yeah, that's where I first started imitating voices.
Right.
And,
which leads me right into, talk about your influences. You were in a Bruce cover band. You find that like Bruce has definitely a certain style of like performing. His singing has its own little, nuance to it. And like his songwriting is a certain way.
Yeah, I think, I always loved Bruce. One of the first concerts that I went to was a Bruce concert.
Nice.
And yeah, like you said, his performing style, it's fun, and it just like the songs just with the lyrics and the and it just sounds good.
Yeah.
And so him combined with I first started learning that I could like sort of sound like Bruce Springsteen. It's not the best one that I can do, but so actually I was on a trip with some of my buddies from Colorado when we were in college, and one of the songs that was on the iPod shuffle thing, that there was only like 20 songs, and then one of them
Classic.
was
Shout out to a certain point in time.
one of them was Little Lion Man by Mumford and Sons. And I kind of knew Mumford and Sons, but over the course of this 27-hour drive, I heard it at least 40 times. And so by the end of it, I was like singing it, and I knew all the words, and I realized that I was like, I could match that guy's voice perfectly. And that kind of launched me into like, that's really when I started performing. I learned how to play that song, and learned how to sound like the guy. And then people were like, oh my gosh, you kind of sound like that guy. And then that became my claim to fame for a little bit until Mike Posner came along with I Took a Pill at Ibiza. No, but yeah, so that's always been something that's fun for me, kind of like copying other artists' sounds. I think unique voices are the best.
Totally. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think that's what it's all about. You sort of pick up a guitar, you don't really know where to start, so you inevitably start playing other people's songs.
Yeah.
And it's sort of like going back to subconscious. You play a bunch of, Bruce songs or what have you, anybody, it's going to start to leak into your own stuff. So I think it's cool in that way to play some Bruce, play some Mumford and Sons, some of this person, that person. Sort of like an amalgamation of what then becomes like you pick some stuff and dispose of some stuff and sort of create your own style along the way.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. So, what do you like to do besides music? Anything you'd like to tell people? Any like quirky things that might be unexpected? What do you how do you make a living? That's and that and the other thing.
Yeah. So, usually I'm asked, what do I do besides my job? And I always say music, and that's the unique thing.
Most importantly.
So I previously had been a teacher for my whole career for about 7 years.
What do you teach? What kind of
So
teaching?
I was an 8th grade English teacher, and I did music on the side. I was performing on the side, and it's funny, one of the first times I performed in New York City was on the Upper West Side of Prohibition at that bar. And, I sold a ton of tickets to it. It was like awesome. I was like super pumped. Everybody from work was coming in. And it was on a Thursday night, actually. And so everybody who I was working with was, just there listening, like getting fucked up and having a good time. And like, I was pretty drunk too. And then I went to work the next day, and everybody that had went to the concert called out. I ended up covering people's classes who went to my concert, and so I thought that was funny.
Working both sides.
But yeah, so actually I just left teaching, and this year I started something new. I'm working at a sports sort of like a sports physical development company for kids out in Long Island.
Oh, right on.
So yeah,
nice.
So and it gives me a little bit more time to kind of like think about music and things like that.
Cool.
Do things like Homeward Sounds and
for sure,
awesome
man.
things like this.
Yeah, absolutely. All about just putting yourself out there. Yeah. One thing I thought was really interesting that you were talking about one of your songs. You'd said that, I think the words you used were, you don't know who, like, essentially what effect you're going to have on certain people. Like if you put a certain song out and, somebody maybe unexpected is like, oh my God, I really liked that. It sort of gives you this like boost of like, all right, well, like, you forget that people out there, to like really touch somebody with a song, maybe unexpected. It's such a cool thing, and like we're touched by songs of people, and to be able to provide that is such like a cool full circle, characteristic of creating music.
Yeah. And I mean, it's everybody interprets all the songs sort of in a different way, and you hear something that you like, but I do kind of feel that where everybody always thinks that they're living their own life and they're like normal, and it's like I'm just me, and like who's me, and you don't really realize what impact you have on other people until somebody like comes up and tells you like, hey, like you had an impact on me, but like how often does that happen?
Right.
And so that's something that I think is cool, and something that I've like tried to do in my career, like outside of music, but also in music, is just like it just seems normal because I just do it on a day-to-day basis, but everybody's an inspiration to somebody. So
yeah, that's pretty cool, man. That's pretty cool.
And like you guys are an inspiration to me, and like
likewise,
like Topher and I have been playing music since
Topher been seen on an earlier episode. Shout out
since way back in the day, and kind of like learned a lot of this stuff together, and like you guys push me, and so it's all comes full circle. Everything, man.
Yeah, and it's like you say about the lessons you learn. It's cool to network with people through it, and sort of you meet up with like-minded people, and you learn some stuff together, and you're each on your own journey, but sometimes they are sort of parallel. Any like one or two things, or however specific or vague, about stuff you've learned through your musical journey? Maybe anything unexpected, or like speak to that a bit.
Yeah. So the first is you got to be your own number one fan, I think. I love my music more than most music, I think, and I think that's a good thing. It's not, it could be unhealthy, I don't know, but and also it's something I always talk about, and I used to tell this to like the kids that I would teach too, like if you look at a graph of, if you're starting any skill or any kind of thing, whether it's an instrument or a sport or a hobby, whatever, when you first start that, if the graph is time is on the bottom, and then skill level is there.
Sure.
When you first start, you're gonna pop right up, and then you're gonna get really good at something really quickly, at least the foundations of it.
Sure.
And then eventually it's going to plateau,
Yep.
and you're going to keep putting in time, and your skill's not going to really raise that much. And eventually, if you just keep going, you keep putting time in, it'll go up again,
Right.
and your skill level will raise. And I used to tell my students, I would draw it on the board, and right at the end of the plateau, right before it would raise up, I would say, this is where most people quit.
Yeah.
And if you just keep putting in time, it'll happen. You just got to be dedicated.
Yeah. Perseverance. That's I've seen that graph as well, and it's so true with so many other things. You can start out, and it's related to like the 80-20 rule in a sense. Like 80%, it's you can get there, but then that last 20% to really like excel at something.
Yeah.
Or even like a new idea, you get really high on it at first, and like the excitement is there and motivation is there. Inevitably, there's a little bit of a fall off, and you sort of go back and forth with it. But I think that's most important thing. Music, life, just keep at it, keep going.
Yeah, man. Just keep putting in time, and you gotta manage expectations.
Yeah.
And you just gotta know that all of us, and any musician that wants to be a musician would love to just have somebody pick up something online, and then the next day overnight blow up into a massive superstar. And like the reality is you only get out of it what you put into it.
Right.
So
And I also love I love the quote, it takes 10 years to become an overnight success. You know, like we see by these people, like, where did this guy come from? You know,
Yeah.
he just like came out of nowhere, but it's like, oh, he's just been crushing it for silently for 10 years or whatever. And
Look at like Ed Sheeran and like
Yeah.
anybody. It seems so easy sometimes, but there is so much work that goes
Yeah.
behind it, and like it's an iceberg, it really is.
Yeah. And which I think is like we've talked about this on earlier episodes, just the balance between like being kind to yourself and like managing expectations your own as well. You know, like it takes so much work that, you know, you have a goal that you really believe in and are working toward, but there's so many ups and downs even day in, day out. So like it's all about perseverance, but also, you know, just rolling with it.
Yeah.
You know?
Just having fun.
Yeah,
Just
having
living.
fun.
Just living.
Yeah, man. Well, listen, this has been fun. Again, Cabel and the Strings on Spotify, Apple Music, all the places.
Yeah. Cabel on SoundCloud.
Cabel on SoundCloud.
Little different vibe.
Got some Instagram going on.
Oh yeah. Oh
Yep.
yeah.
Cool. Well, thanks for tuning in. This has been cool. Awesome, man. Come back anytime.
Love it. Thank you
Cheers,
guys.
man.
Thank you guys. Awesome. Homeward Sounds. Sounds good.